alright y'all, this is Cats Pajamas here, aka Cats Pajamas Skis. And wanted to make an intro video for all those out there who don't know who I am. So, going back, my name is Cats Pajamas. Now, who am I? I'm not DRI. Who am I?
Who am I? The girls them sugar. How can I make love to a fella in a rock?
Simma, who got the keys to my bema? Who am I? I am not Beanie Man. I am someone who comes from El Paso, Chuco Town, Juarez, Mexico. Raised a little bit in California as well. And here I dabble and I reside in San Antonio, Texas. So yeah, baby, growing up in El Paso, Ciudad Juarez, with un chingo de cultura, with a lot of culture, lolos and murals and the heart of Aslan, you know, and every Sunday you'd be barbecues and mandatory, and I mean mandatory, Sunday oldies. That's all you'd hear through the calles of El Paso was oldies and the lowriders and the classic cars. Similar to East Los, really. It's a whole different. It's almost like Texas, but not Texas. So shout out to El Paso. But I have music ran through my blood. I got mi abuelo. I won't say his name because you know, trying to keep my identity on the low skis. But my abuelo was a tirilon, a zoot suitor for those who don't know, or a pachuco. Side note, that's where Pachuco came from, derivative of Chuco Town, when stuff was getting crazy in LA with the riots with the zoot suitors. They would look for refuge, and they'd say "Pa donde?" meaning where to, and they would say "Chuco to Chuco, Pa Chuco." So yeah, I got a lot of that. And my other abuelo, he played the percussion, some tambores, some drums and whatnot for quite a few famous artists. He did some stuff. He was in his own band as well, but he did some stuff with Tongolele and many other artists. My primo, my cousin, my blood, he does music as well. Kema Chuco 915 does some music alongside of Pachuco 915. No, not Pachuco. I mean Payaso 915. And other familia does clowns and stuff. So there's clowns, there's magicians, there's all types of stuff. It's in my brain, it's in the sangre de Cats Pajamas. Pijamos de gato. But anywho, how did I get into this radio show? How did I end up here? So growing up, I grew up around a lot of music, a lot of death metal, a lot of you know, skateboarding and punk rock. I was in a punk band. Was in a punk band, was in a ska band. You know, funky reggae band. Did a little bit of everything. Yeah, you know, hung around with Los Carnales a lot. And so yeah, I dabbled in that as well. A lot of musical endeavors. And also dabbled into post-punk and other stuff like that when I moved here to San Antonio. I got a few songs out with Haunt Me and Dragon Rapid, or maybe just one or two. Anywho, there's some music out there, collaboration. You know? Much love, Haunt Me, much love, Dragon Rapid. Thank you. Anywho, I decided, what am I doing? Who am I? What am I gonna do? I ended up moving to New Orleans, Louisiana. They got great gumbo. And I ended up getting in some things and trying to figure out who this Cats Pajamas character was, if there is one. And along those ways, amongst the years after COVID happened, a lot of cats would tell me, yo, Cats, you should do a podcast. I don't want to do a podcast. Everyone and their mom is doing a podcast. I think I want to stay low and just do some musical things. However, I knew a little bit about music, and every time a song would come on, I'd say, hey, did you know so-and-so produced this, did this, that? Getting on people's nerves, thus saying, you should start a podcast. Fast forwarding to my time in Louisiana, in New Orleans, and I ended up getting robbed by some dude that looked like Uncle Fester, no joke. It was a silent rob. He said he was gonna rent me this place. I needed a place to live while I was living there, and took my deposit, took my rent money, and didn't see him again. So gathered whatever money I did have, and went across town to the nice side of town of New Orleans, and ended up getting robbed again. Moved in, and then 2 days later there was an eviction notice, and I had to get out. It didn't matter that whatever happened, I had to go, and I was living in my car in Louisiana, in one of the most dangerous cities. Quite an experience, I'd say. I ate good though. The food was good. Anywho, so I was sitting in my car every night after work, contemplating things, trying to figure out what to do, trying to stay positive, because it's quite a depressive state. Have no one to call, have nowhere to go. Missing my family, and I can't just book it. So I'm sleeping in my car and taking showers in the local grocery stores and stuff. And I don't mean like actual showers. I'm talking about like a dirty sink, shower, a hobo shower. So yeah, it smelled bad. Anywho, so I'm there in my car and I'm thinking, a lot of artists have been in situations such as these. A lot of awesome people have been on this low point, They say you gotta hit rock bottom in order to get to the top, or whatever the saying is. Insert inspirational quote here. Right here. Anywho. I started a podcast on my crappy phone in my car. So if you go back to that very first episode of Cats Pajamas radio show, which at the time was called Creative Podcasts, you'll hear the the nitty-grittiness of it. It's very raw because it's literally recorded and done all in my car in Louisiana, New Orleans. And I talk about different artists and their struggles and their rise to the top and what they went through, kind of comforting myself, pep talking myself. So I highly recommend, if you want to get to know me a little bit, to check out that first episode of Cats Pajamas radio show on Spotify. So then, fast forward into here. How am I here? Moved back to San Antonio finally, got my stuff together, and I was starting to dig this thing. It was starting to pop off, starting to get some traction, if you will, and was doing the Spotify thing. However, it is exclusive. I could only do stuff on there because of the music thing. It doesn't allow me to do a lot. It doesn't allow me to expand. Plus, I heard Spotify kind of screws people over. So now I'm stepping away from that. You can find me here exclusively on YouTube now. I'll still leave those old episodes up so you can check them out, because those are amazing interviews with Fixed Idea, with Sex Mex, End of the World Party, with Haunt Me, Dragon Rapid, Zertronic. I mean, I could go on and on and on. So here I am now on that YouTube skis, baby. And I appreciate you tuning in. I'm going to have more stuff. I'm going to have more interviews, music videos. I'm going to have collaborations with different artists here in San Antonio and other places, in El Paso, in Houston, in Florida. Perhaps go back to Louisiana. This time don't get robbed. And yeah, baby. So much love, much respect. I appreciate y'all tuning in. And getting to know a little bit about me. So why don't you leave it in the comments? Tell me a little something about you. Tell me what you'd like to see here on the Cats Pajamas radio show, exclusively on YouTube, baby. So yeah, much love, much respect. A rato, gato. Meow.